Welcome to Athens, Greece, an amazing city for any digital nomad. But the question remains, can you stay here while not blowing your complete budget? Well, after almost spending a full month here in the capital city of Greece, I've compiled all of my expenses, and today I will be sharing the real cost of living here in the city as a digital nomad, going over different aspects as groceries, rent and transport. And with that being said, let's dive right into it. Starting off with probably one of your biggest costs, and that is of course accommodation. Together with my partner, we're staying in this cozy Airbnb studio apartment located in the heart of Kypseli neighborhood. It's very close to the tourist area, so I think overall it's really a great option for us. It really has all the utilities that we could need. And as I said, the area is perfect. We have a lot of supermarkets close by, the gym, public parks, but also public transport. So we're very easy to move around the city. And yeah, we've just been really loving our stay here. The building is also a bit special as it has history that dates back to the Second World War, where we can find a bit more information in the basement. So I think that's a very interesting aspect as well. And of course, it's completely different when looking at our previous apartments, for example, in Bangkok or Kuala Lumpur. But I think that's the beauty of it when staying now in Europe, that it's completely something else than, for example, in Southeast Asia. Overall, the apartment is super lovely and we're paying around $1,000 per month with no extra cost or anything. And I think you could rent around $500 to $1,200 per month here in Athens. Good thing to keep in mind when renting through Airbnb, as you're using their platform, that the cost of renting will always be a bit higher. But in the end, I think that it's really worth it. We've been really loving our stay here specifically in this apartment, but also in Athens in general. Groceries and food. And this is actually the most changing category when I'm comparing it to my previous monthly cost of living in Southeast Asia, or at least how I'm spending the budget, because in Southeast Asia, we always went out for food, for lunch, dinner, snacks, everything. We just went out and it was very nice and it was very delicious. However, here now in Athens, we are actually cooking every day. And also just for breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything is just home cooked now. And I must say that I'm really enjoying it as well. Although I also really liked the lifestyle with the food in Southeast Asia. So I think both options are super lovely. However, that also means that we're actually doing a lot more grocery shopping right now. Luckily, as I said, we have a few supermarkets close by, making it super easy to get all the stuff that we need to enjoy cooking. And I need to say that it's actually very easy and very affordable. We are always going to the Lidl and then we get just like the groceries for the whole week. And of course, besides home cooked meals, we're also going out for dinner, but just a lot less. I would say maybe around once a week, which is very nice. And the Greek food also is so incredible. It's really delicious. There are definitely so many dishes that I could eat easily every day. And I've actually been enjoying Greek food now here in Athens a lot more than I did before. In the end, the monthly cost for food and groceries all combined is around $350. Transportation. Well, Athens, first of all, is very walkable. We are actually also enjoying a lot of walks outside and just enjoying the area. Athens has a great public transportation system with buses, but also with a great metro system that we've been personally using a lot. Not only because it's super fast, reliable, and it's just super easy to navigate, but also because it's very affordable in my opinion. When arriving here in Athens, we straight away head over to the central station to get our own personalized Athena card. This is the public transportation card that they use here. It's super easy to get. Just bring along your passport because that's very important. And we chose a 30-day pass. And with the 30-day pass, we can easily get around with the metro or the bus or anything else for 30 days. Besides public transport, we've also been using taxis. Not a lot, I think 4 or 5 times when there is no public transportation available to where we wanted to go. But I need to say that also getting a taxi is super easy. You can use either Uber or this other app that's very popular here. But honestly, I think the public transportation system is perfect, so we prefer to use that when possible. When adding up our taxi cost and our monthly pass, it will all come down to around $60 per month, which is pretty great if you ask me. Then over to probably the most fun part of this video, and that is of course activities and fun lifestyle things. When someone asks me what I think of Greece, then the first thing that comes to mind in my case is Greek mythology. This is a topic that I'm very interested in. I just really like and love the Greek mythology, the stories, the history behind it. I think it's just so fun and interesting. And when in Athens and Greece, you will find this everywhere. Of course, with the old ruins, historical buildings, museums even. So there's really a lot to do here in Athens. Although it's not only all about, for example, historical buildings, as you will also find cool rooftop bars, nightlife, lots of shopping with new malls, but also lots of cute souvenir shops. There's really something for everyone here. During our stay here, we actually already did quite a lot. We visited some different museums, went out to some different hotspots. There are definitely still a few things that I want to check out. I would definitely recommend to just make a list so you don't miss out on anything. And this part of the monthly cost is really all up to you, because you can do as little as you want and spend not a lot of money, but you can also do so many activities here that we didn't even talk about, like boat trips or just day trips in general, or go out of the city of Athens, because there's so much more to explore nearby as well. And the great thing is that there's also a lot of free things to explore, like cool public parks, of course visiting some historical places. In my case, we spent around $100 for activities this month and just overall fun things to do, like going out for a drink or nightlife. Personally, I'm really happy with that number, and I'm also very happy with all the things that we already explored, and we're still going to go out and explore some other things. However, I will leave a list in the description down below with all of my personal tips, also for a few restaurants that you can check out when visiting here in Athens. The hidden cost. A part of the video that you almost forget about, but it's just so important, because there will always be a few expenses that you didn't expect or didn't add in your calculation. Think of doing the laundry. We are doing that outside of our apartment in this case, but also pharmacy runs with a few medication that we needed, cleaning supplies. It's just overall, and of course also the SIM card. These costs might seem small, but in the end they can add up quite a bit. And just to go in a little detail, for laundry we are paying around $4, and for the SIM card we paid around $15, and that was for 30 days unlimited internet, so that was great. For this time with our SIM card, we just bought it at a local small phone store, so that was very easy, and I would definitely recommend to check those out instead of getting your SIM card at the airport, because that's actually quite expensive. In the end, for the hidden cost, it was around $70 this month, which is quite a bit higher than any previous months, but overall I think it's still okay. Now we went over all of my monthly costs of living here in Athens as a digital nomad, and we come down after adding up transportation, accommodation, food, fun, to a total of $1,580 per month. Personally, I'm really happy with that. I think it's great for our living conditions here, our accommodation, the food that we're getting, the groceries, the fun activities. I think it's just very nice. And also when in mind that this is of course all up to my own lifestyle. This can be completely different for you if you're making other choices, for example, your apartment, or maybe you're going out for food more, or maybe you're cutting back on some activities. It's really all up to you. If you're looking for a nice digital nomad place and this fits your budget, I would definitely recommend coming to Athens. It's an amazing city and it really has so much to offer. And with that, if you're interested to learn, see and know more about Athens in a digital nomad way, then definitely consider to subscribe for more Athens videos, but also for more upcoming videos in Europe in general, because we'll also be moving on to our next destination in just a bit over a week, which is super exciting. However, in the meantime, if you're curious to see what my apartment actually looks like here in Athens and what those $1,000 get you, then definitely check out this video where I give you a complete Athens apartment tour. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you at the next. Bye!